Okay, it's the first Happy Horse, and this is the first of what I hope will be several as we make this more complex and more add more to it. But this is the basic outline of what you have to be able to do. We're making a G chord here, and of course you're saying, you are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me, and then we go to the C here, and then we come back, and that's all we're going to do on this segment, because I want you to, there's two elements that you're going to combine. You're going to have that melody with your fingers that you're playing against this bass. We're alternating the bass, but we're just going to go between the G chord here. When you play the G chord, you're going to be going between string 6, fret 3, that's the G, the root, and string 4 open, that's the 5th of a G chord, and then come down to the C, and you're just going to be going from string 5, fret 3 on a C chord, that's the root note, and then string 4, fret 2, that's the 3rd of a C chord. So when you play that, you're going to be going like this, and then down here to the C chord, then back to the G. And that's where this segment ends. And to this bass that doesn't change, you're going to add the melody. Excuse me. That you're going to add that into those chords, so you come out with a and I get to the C chord there. I just played the melody portion. It's going to be on the tab sheet that I send you. So that's what you want to do, and there's just this little intro to get you to the actual start of the song. And all I'm doing there is I'm just hitting string 6 and 4, make it this cap of the G chord, which is the same cap, I hope, as I've mentioned before, it's the same cap as you have in a C chord, the same cap that I have in an F chord. And you're going to hit string 6, string 4, so you're hitting string 6, string 4, and string 5, and string 3, 6, 4, and then 5 and 3. And then you want to use your index finger down here for this next little interval that you're playing. Just playing string 4 and string 3, fret 2, that's the A chord or the A note. So you're going down the 1st, 3rd, and the 5th of this G. 1st, 3rd, 5th, 1st, 3rd, and then you're hitting string 4 open, and then string 3, fret 2, which is the cap of a D chord there. But that's just to get you into the meat, which is G, and that's what you want to get. You just want to get that going so that you're automatically just going boom, 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 boom. Now, in sewing videos, the next one I'm going to put out, we're going to alternate the bass this, which goes from string 6 on a G chord to string 4 on a G chord. Then instead of going up to string 6, fret 3, it goes to string 5, fret 2, and then always ending on the offbeat here on string 4, the D. So you'd have and when we get to the C chord, we're going to go up here. We're going to go from the root down to the 3rd, then up to string 6, fret 3, and then down to the third again at string 4 fret 2. So you'd have this type pattern. So, but that's the next one. The first one, I just want you to get this down, you know, so that you develop an independence with this thumb that's going to be independent of what you're playing with your fingers. And this is your drummer and your bass player right up here. So I won't go through note by note because you have tab for that. And the other thing I want to mention is that really there's a G7th chord that comes in here that I don't have you playing now, but in the third video that I give you, you'll be playing that. The C7th chord is, as with any of these chords, there's a C7th and there's a G7th, which is 6, 5, and 4 in this formation. Then that same formation is a C7th chord, and then when you come to our favorite string 2 here, that 7th moves out one, it moves out to the 4th fret. We'll hit that later, but because we're not in the key of C, we don't have to worry about it right here. So, but you already know that. So you're just So you want to just get in and just, gradually build up speed and get set for the next part. But just keep that going, keep this bass going. That's the important thing. And then work the melody in, and you have leeway in the melody. I should also say that you probably see that they'll come up with a different melody line that I have there. I purposely put the 6th in here for you. Down here, and because I wanted you to note that you have to, you don't want to pull this finger that you have down, the middle finger that you have here on string 5 fret 2. You don't want to pull that down to grab that note, because that leaves you with an A, string 5 open, which is not the first, the third, or the fifth of a G chord. So you really want to try to keep these basses solid in here so that you can you always have them available for you. It's not that important in what you just played, but it's a good habit to get into as you go on. One final thing is as you're playing this, it falls out neatly that you can play the string 4 notes that you're playing here, which is the E note at string 4 fret 2. You can play that with using your index finger on your picking hand, and then the open string 2 that you're playing, you can your best, or the open string 3 that you're playing, your best to use this finger, middle finger on that. So as you're picking that I begun, and that right here, I think I said string 3, I mean string 2. I'm playing string 2, that melody, that note I'm playing with my middle finger, and when we come up here to get, when I come up for this note here, that A note on string 3, I'm using my index finger on my left hand, and on my picking hand, my index finger. So, any questions? I think we covered it last night, but any questions, let me know. But mainly you want to coordinate those 2 things. You want to coordinate the bass line and the melody line, and then later on we'll start to add in some other harmonies. But that comes later. Get this down first. Okay.